Buenos dias, Mazatlan. Buenos dias, amigos. This is Teddy here, coming back to you with another video walking the beaches of Mazatlan. In our first beach walk, we started at Punta del Sabalo, just before you get to the entrance to the marina, and we walked south along Playa Luna Bonita, past the Playa Bonito Resort and the Luna Palace, and we made our way down here to Diego's, which is basically where I'm standing now. Diego's on the beach is on the left, and on the right is La Costa Marinera restaurant. So we'll start here today and we'll head south and see what we find along the way. Just to let you know, we will be, as I said, moving south, and we will come upon an area that is listed as Playa Atun. That is when we get down around Chili's Pepper restaurant. And we will head south from there to Playa Camaron Sabalo, and we will end today probably just before we get to Playa Gaviotas, which is in the south end of the Golden Zone. So we'll be heading down that way. As you can see, Bird Island off there, or Isla Parajos, one of the three islands. We will be taking a left here and moving along the beach. So looking back to the north, we see the breakwater at the Luna Palace area, and off in the distance you see Punta Sabalo, and on up to La Marina and Cerritos. So let's head south. Why don't we? Little bit of a marine layer in the air, as we call it in Southern California. Early morning hours, people are already on the beach. We've got some waves today, so probably be some surfers out in the various surfing areas. Luna Bonita is a great place for, I would say, beginners to intermediate surfers. You can also go there, rent boards, and take surfing lessons. So that's one spot to go to. We are as I said, we're heading south. We are at some resorts here on my left. Keep in mind that beaches in Mexico are public, so you should not run into any issues as you walk the beach. That's one of the nice things about it, is they don't really have, at least here, private beaches. As we look off a little bit, you can see through the haze the other two islands in the three island chain. The first one you see there is Isla Venados, or Deer Island. And on the other side of that, which you can't see very well, is Isla Lobos, or Wolf Island. And we're coming up on a popular spot for breakfast and lunch, and even dinner. There are two restaurants here, Locos and Chili's Pepper. Chili's Pepper has been popular for some time. In this, winter season, you'll obviously see a lot of expats, or I think we should call them immigrants instead of just expats. Expats is too simple. In the States, we don't call people that come from Mexico expats. We call them immigrants. So we should be immigrants here. Again, beautiful beaches. My biggest complaint about the beaches, and I've said this numerous times, and as many of you know, I do beach walks every day with my trash bag or my bolsa de basura, and I pick up trash on the beach because it just hurts me to see that. And that's my biggest complaint in Mexico, is trash, particularly on the beaches, but also in the parks, in the streets. And I'm at a loss, you know, as to why that is such an issue. It seems to me that of all the issues that cities have to deal with, trash should be one that is pretty easy to remedy. But you have to get the cooperation and support of the people. And I guess at this point, not enough people care. I don't understand it, but you know, it is what it is. So anyway, now we're coming down to some other resorts. As you'll see through that parking lot, just on the other side of that is the main avenue running north and south, Camaron Sabalo, back into the Sabalo neighborhood where I live. And we are coming up now to some more hotel resorts, and you're seeing some of the trash. I mean, this is in front of these hotels. You know, I don't get it. You would think even the resort hotels themselves would be concerned about trash on the beach. And to be fair, many of them do have staff that comes out and cleans up, but they do a very limited area. You know, the big problem for me is all the trash that's outside of that area that just sits there and waits to get washed into the water. So come on, folks. You know, I won't rant anymore, but it's one of the problems and it needs to be dealt with. Let's see. I mean, it's early morning, you know, 7 o'clock-ish, and people are outside on the beaches, and part of the reason is it's, you know, the temperature's comfortable at this time of day. As we get down into this area of the beach, not a very good area for sunbathing and all that stuff, unless you're probably at one of these resorts where they have an area, you know, sort of cleaned up and set up for you. It's kind of a tough walk. This is Playa Atun, and we're heading towards what will be listed, if you look at the Beaches of Mazatlan, will be listed as Playa Camaron Sabalo. Again, not a very pedestrian-friendly area, and not a great sunbathing area. Of course, the tide is fairly high right now, fairly high. At low tide, you can probably have a better walk here. You know, as it is, I've got to stay pretty close to to the resort areas in order to even walk. Now, as we come down further south on Playa Camaron Sabalo, gets a little better, and as we get down the way just a little bit, where there are you'll see several palapas on the beach. That area could be at low tide, you know, a pretty reasonable place to take a nice walk or to sit out for a while. But boy, not at low tide. I mean, excuse me, not at high tide, as it is, it's a tough walk. This is probably not an area that I would love to go swimming, because they're dumping water from the drains up along the street. It's dumping right into this area. So all the contaminants that happen up there on the street get washed down here into the water. So probably not a spot that I would aspire to go swimming. And that's one thing to watch at beach areas. I mean, for those of you who aren't used to living at beaches, I grew up on a beach in Florida, and we didn't have those issues very much. I mean, obviously that was a long time ago, but most of the water that accumulated on the beaches and what have you washed into a river, so we weren't dumping chemicals and everything else from the roads into the ocean. Now, you know, as places get populated, that changes, but always be careful when you're at any beach, and stay away from the areas where you see these drains. It's a problem in California, you know, and other places. So just be aware that you don't really want to go swimming right where a drain comes out in that area. Okay, we're getting to the point now where we're going to have to look at heading up more closer to the highway. Here is, as you can see, a major drainage, and this is disturbing to me. Because that's a lot of drainage if that thing gets going. Let's look back a little bit here, because we're going to be cutting this one off pretty soon. We are coming to, I'm going to try to make it down here. I'm not sure if I can. I would like to make it down to at least the DoubleTree. Depends on how kind the waves will be to me. You know, at some point, what I would not mind doing is coming back at low tide. Now, if you look out here, you've got some pretty big waves coming in. This is not typical. Whoa. Okay. Not typical. But you know, a lot of big waves, and they're coming in sets. I'm almost surprised that I don't see surfers out here. I'm sure there are down at Luna Bonita, and I would think at maybe Los Pinos, down in more in the central area, where there's a nice point break. see. We are still getting the tide coming in pretty well here. So let's see if we can, whoops, hang on. Again, Bird Island, and if you look at Bird Island just on the left side, there's a little point break there where you could probably get some surfing in, but you would need a boat or a tow to get you out there. Big waves, big old waves. You know what, folks? I think today I'm going to cut this one off right here, and I'm going to do I will start here by the just before getting to the DoubleTree. I'll start the next one that we do and head south from there through the Golden Zone, and then down to you know, after that we'll probably go on to do Playa Gaviotas, Playa Norte, and then on down as we get more towards Centro and Los Pinos, and then on to Olas Altas. But I think I'll cut this one off here today, letting you see the power of these waves, which is, in my experience over the last few years, this doesn't happen all the time, but boy, there's some good ones out there now. Good size, good power. And just looking through at this resort, I think this is a new beach club that just opened up. We're sort of on the beach side of it, but they have these chairs. I believe you can come here and get a day pass. And then you can become a member. I'm gonna have to find out much more about it because it just opened, but it looks very nice. It's very well kept inside. There's a pool. There are obviously the beach chairs. I believe that they do have food and beverage, but I'll try to learn a little bit more about that and come back and try to do a video for you of that. I can't remember the name of it, unfortunately. It starts with an S, but you enter. It's just across from the Con Pesca building, the Agricultural and Fisheries Commission building on Camaron Sabalo, and it's just at Del Tiburon, the boulevard, Tiburon, and just across from that. So yeah, we'll do that at some point too. Anyway, thanks for hanging in with us for a little while today. I'll try to get this whole area at low tide sometime so you can see that you know, you can walk it, you know, at low tide. But anyway, that's it for today. Thanks for hanging in with us. Thanks for watching the Olas Altas, if you will, the big waves. And we'll see you next time. This is Teddy saying, Buenos dias, Mazatlan. Muchas gracias, amigos.